Everyone, thank you for attending. My presentation today is called Leverage the Power of Video to Grow Your Brand. So by way of an introduction, my name is Dave Cordner. I'm the founder of a company called Central Belfast Apartments. We're an Airbnb management company based in Belfast, and we manage a portfolio worth in excess of £5 million for our clients. We've been ranked #1 on TripAdvisor since 2019, and our videos showcased in Belfast have hundreds of thousands of views across our social media channels. Some have actually been picked up by tourism bodies such as Visit Belfast and Tourism Ireland and shared worldwide across their social media channels. So this is what we're going to cover today. The first step is why make videos? What's the point? What benefits are there? So I'm going to show you how you can increase direct bookings by making these videos, can lead to better reviews and generate tons and tons of inquiries for your property. The next point is, what sort of videos should you be making? So there are loads of different platforms out there. Each one has their own quirks and different demographics of people that use them. And then, of course, what sort of content should you make? So I'm going to give you a list of tried and tested content ideas that I use and you can implement in your own business. Then how do you make these videos? Where do you start? Should you do it yourself? Should you get a professional? Do you need expensive equipment? I'm going to break it all down for you and explain exactly what I do. And then lastly, what do you do with the videos once they're made? So I'm going to show you how you can reuse them, repurpose them to get the biggest return on your investment. How to sweat those assets that you've created and make them work for you. Okay, so my journey so far, just to give you a bit of an introduction of how I got here. Like everyone, I'd heard that video was the future. You had to be making videos for your business. Everyone was doing it. I've attended a few workshops and different classes, and I've dabbled in some videos. I tried doing some bits and pieces. I knew it was valuable and really, really important, but it seemed quite scary and like, ooh, it just made me a bit nervous. So I sort of procrastinated and didn't really focus on it. I always thought it was like a rainy day thing. I'd look at it again. And when I wasn't so busy, I would always put it off. So it's a bit scary. I'll put it off and do it later. Then the pandemic came, the biggest rainiest day any of us have ever seen. And like all of us, I think I was panicked and felt really powerless to change or control things to do with the business. I felt like I had no control over anything thanks to the travel restrictions. So I decided to focus on what I could control. And you know, I noticed all the tourism bodies, Tourism Ireland, Visit Belfast, Tourism Northern Ireland, they'd all just shut down. The marketing budget was just turned off. So no one was really talking about Belfast at all. And I saw this as an opportunity to get my voice heard. Now the airwaves were a lot quieter. So like a lot of business, I got a bounce back loan. I decided to invest it and make sure I came out the other side of COVID in a much stronger position. So I found a local videographer and got to work creating some high quality video content of Belfast and Northern Ireland. And I'll show you a little clip of the first video we made. So called Best Instagram Spots in Belfast. Okay, so that's a wee clip there. You can see my lockdown haircut that I was sporting there as well. So the reason I did this was because I knew we'd come out of COVID eventually, and I knew that people were going to start to want to travel again. And I felt like this was a really good way that I could raise our profile during COVID, whenever that demand was starting to build and people did want to start to travel again. So that's where we started. That video did really, really well for us and sort of set me on the path to sort of where I am now, which still isn't the finished product by any means, but we're a bit further along than what we were. Okay, so the first step in making videos is you have to understand why you're doing it. What is the point? There's three things that I think are important of why you should make videos. They help build trust, they help build rapport, and they help grow the amount of inquiries that you can get. So let's look at them in each at a time. So building trust. So picture yourself as a guest. Guests trust big booking sites like booking.com and Airbnb. Going direct to a property can seem like a bit of a gamble. They're thinking to themselves, is this place reputable? Does this accommodation even exist? Is it a scam? Videos of you, of your property, create this credibility. They see a face instead of just a property name and some photos like they see on the booking sites. And if you're producing consistent content, then you can build an actual following of people who actually feel like they know you and will trust your brand. And ultimately, people you don't even know who have seen your videos will recommend your property to other people that you don't even know, and it'll generate direct bookings. So if you're trying to get to wrestle bookings off the booking sites, creating videos is a great way to do that. The next reason is about building rapport. Now, in the age of COVID, where meet and greets and face-to-face interactions are severely limited, high quality video is a great way to substitute that. Showing your face helps build relationships with guests and get those bookings to come back, repeat bookings. It's hard now to build that rapport with guests during COVID. You know, have you shelved those meet and greets? Are you substituting that with emails and phone calls now? You know, they're good, but they're just not as good as, I guess, seeing a warm, smiley face. You know, on top of that, it's easier to leave a negative review if we aren't meeting guests and building that genuine relationship. And you really obviously don't want negative reviews. So how do you substitute that? Personalized videos to guests is a great way to build that relationship and try and substitute the meet and greet. So the guests and you feel that connection, and they're more likely to leave a positive review if they feel valued and special. The other way then is about, the other reason to make videos is about generating inquiries. Now, videos just let you show so much more of your property than the traditional images on a booking site. You're providing audio and visual content at the same time. So you're doing a video of a property and you're talking through the benefits and why this thing is good and you know, all that sort of stuff. So it's a real sensory overload for guests in a good way, and they're getting just a much more wholesome experience and idea of what your property's like. It's just more engaging. You know, you can get more across in a 30-second video than you could in 30 images. Even as high quality as they can be, you're going to get more across in a video to guests. And people just like watching videos at the end of the day. You know, it's a great way to grow your following on social media and reach new followers on different platforms because you're able to share these videos. You're not just using your standard photos as your only sort of assets to showcase your property. You've now got videos and you can go onto these video platforms and reach whole different sets of people. And it's also an opportunity to really stand out and set yourself apart in a very, very crowded marketplace of accommodation for holiday visitors. This, you know, as popular as video is, there's still not that many people using it. So it's really good to get an edge over competitors if you can get out of your comfort zone and decide to start using video. And lastly, 100%, how cool will it be for you or your family to be able to look back in 20 or 30 years time and see your progression, see a video that you made so long ago. Like, I just think that's really cool. I've got 2 young kids and, you know, they're in some of my videos, and I love the thought of being able to look back on them as a family when we're all a bit older. Okay, so let's talk about the different platforms then that you can put your videos on. So you've seen all of these. Potentially you're on all of these. Potentially some of these are a bit scary to you and you've never looked at really before. So we're going to talk about what goes on, what sort of video goes on each of these briefly. So YouTube, everyone's heard of YouTube. Everyone has used YouTube at some point. It's the second biggest search engine in the world. It's just getting bigger and bigger. You know, this is going to take over TV. There's a whole generation of young people who don't watch TV. They just watch streaming and YouTube. And you know, it's a juggernaut. If you grow a big enough of a following on YouTube, you can actually monetize your channel. You can make money from your YouTube videos by letting other people put ads on those videos. Now there's some criteria that you have to meet before you can get monetized, but it's massive. It's a huge site, and effectively, really anything goes on there. You can put really long videos on. You can put short videos on. You can do all sorts of things. You can. It's even trying to compete with TikTok. You can put these little short portrait videos on. They're called shorts. And they're trying to compete with TikTok. On the TikTok then, it's the new kid on the block. It really blew up during COVID. It's still in its infancy, so there's huge gains that can be made on here because there's still not all people in the world are on it yet, like they are, say, Facebook. The types of videos that go on here, the shorter, punchier videos, but it's always evolving because it's such a new platform. It's definitely a younger demographic that use it. However, you have to think of the long game here. You know, they might be young now, but if you can establish a presence there in 5, 10 years time, you know, they could be the types of people that you want to come and stay in your property. Or, you know, all these kids who are on it have parents who need to book accommodation. And if you can get in there and get that sort of family pressure to go, that can really be a good thing for your property. Facebook then, you know, it's the tried and tested. Everyone knows, everyone has a Facebook account. They used to prefer longer videos, but they're trying to compete a bit more with TikTok and Instagram, so you can put shorter videos on here as well. It's definitely an older demographic now that are on Facebook, and you can also monetize your Facebook videos as well if you get enough views and enough subscribers. Instagram then, again, traditionally you might think of Instagram as a photo sharing social media platform, but it's very much now trying to compete and reward profiles that put video on there. So it has two different types on here. So there's Reels, which again is a direct competition with TikTok. It's the same portrait, short videos. It works just the same. In fact, a lot of people share their videos from TikTok on Reels and the other way around. And then you also have Instagram stories, which you put on. It's like a little video. It lasts on your profile for 24 hours and then it goes again. So there's lots of little different reasons why you would use one more than the other. So that's a very quick outline through these. You know, they need a lot more in-depth investigation, but you know, everyone has these, and you know, I myself never had TikTok until a few months ago, maybe 6 months ago. I'm a bit obsessed with it now. It really is quite good. I could sit and watch it all night. Okay, so what types of content should you be making? Now, this is not an exhaustive list, but if you did a video of all of these, you've got a significant amount of content for your property. Okay, so here's some things. I've done most of these myself, and know they work. So a tour of a property, you know, walking around the property itself, showing your guests, your potential guests, what it actually looks like. What does a walk around look like? You get more of an impression of whether you want the place. From a walk around of it, you can see the gardens, you can see the size of the rooms, how big the actual property is. It gives more information than just photographs that you might see. You can show a nice view, you can show everything, anything you might want to show. A vlog showing your day, you know, you could just talk, if you work in a busy complex with lots of different guests, you can show a day in the life of a housekeeper, a day in the life of the security, a day in the life of the cook or the chef. There's loads of different things that you can show that will just give a behind the scenes look into your day and just give potential guests a wee bit of an insight into what actually goes on. People are nosy, people love to see what goes on behind the scenes. And it's a great way to produce lots of content without actually having to really think of, okay, what am I going to do a video about today? Because it is really just talking about your day and what you've been doing. You can talk about good things, wins. You can talk about things you're struggling with, talk about COVID and the effects it's having. People want to hear from people, you know, and if you can get yourself in front of the camera and be engaging. People will come back. They want to hear about that, and you'll grow that brand. Check-in instructions. Now, this is one that I use ourselves during COVID when we're not doing meet and greets anymore. We're having to use key safes. Sometimes key safes can be a little tricky to use. They can be in awkward or strange locations. And guests who are perhaps in a new country for the first time, don't know the city, don't know what they're doing. A simple check-in instruction video showing them this is the front of the building, here's the key safe, and here's how it opens. It's just a 5 or 10 second video like that can substitute an email that long of trying to explain it, and it's just such a quick way. It cuts out any language barrier because you don't have to type it in a different language. You can just watch the video and you know how to get in. Now you can do these on all different ways. And that leads on to meet and greets again. So if you can't do the meet and greet, but you miss that sort of time to explain ins and outs of your property, if you've got a funny oven that works a different way, or your light switch is in a funny place, or you've got something that's odd that isn't standard in a property that you know guests are going to struggle with, you can do a meet and greet video. You can just have someone video you and you go through the exact same meet and greet you would do if the guest was stood in front of you. You can show them how the TV remote works. You can show them how this works and this works. And it could be a 5-minute long video, but you can just send that to your guest and you know that if they watch that, they're going to know absolutely everything they need to know about your property. Because let's face it, if you're sending emails to try and substitute that, it's going to be a huge email and not everyone's going to read them. Next video content idea you can do is local sites. So again, on these booking sites, Airbnb booking.com, yes, you can give them, there's such and such market 5 minutes away, but you can't give any more information than that. If you do a video of you in the market, walking around, looking at all the stalls, showing the food, showing the drinks, the coffee trucks, you just get far more of a real insight as to what that looks like. You could do a walk to get there, show how close it is to your property, and it just gives guests more information. You're selling it more by selling what's around your property and what's close by. You're showing guests what they could do when they're here staying in your place. That leads on then to walk-in videos as well. Now, these are a big thing. There's a certain subset of people who really like to watch these. I've watched them from time to time. If you're exploring or thinking about staying in accommodation somewhere, you might want to look on YouTube, and there will be walking videos of the area. So for example, in Belfast, there's walking videos, and literally you just click it and it's someone walking around Belfast. And people just like to see that. What's the city like? How close is it to things? How small is it? What's the traffic like? People love these sorts of things. So literally, it's really easy content. You just hold your phone up with your camera and start walking around. Now, these next couple are a bit different. So a personal thank you video. Now, how cool would it be that whenever you booked an accommodation, that you got a video and an email that said, "Hi, such and such, I've made this cool video for you just to say thanks for booking." And you open it up and it says, "Hi Dave, I'm from the accommodation. I just want to say thanks for booking. Really pleased to have you stay with us. If you have any questions about the property before you arrive, please just let me know. I'm here for whatever you need." How much of a genuine, warm connection do you think that guest will feel knowing that you've created a bespoke video just for them? And that takes 30 seconds. Upload it to your email and send it. The next step is document the project. So, you might think, well, I wouldn't want guests to see if I'm building an extension or renovating a particular room. It'll be dirty, it'll be messy, and I don't want them to see it. But guests love seeing, or anyone loves seeing before and after. They love seeing improvements. And it's really a good content idea if you have a project coming up, or you're renovating something, or you're changing something. You document it from start to finish. Again, going back, it'll be really cool for you to look back on in time to see the change. But again, guests like that, to buy into it, and particularly if you're doing it on something like Instagram stories, or somewhere where people can check in on a daily basis or a regular basis to see that change. They will keep coming back because they'll be intrigued to see that. And you can also repurpose that into just one standalone video as well. Again, best bars and restaurants. Now, this goes back to the local sites. People like to know what is near your property, what can they go and see. And if you're giving them loads of cool options and people can see, oh, that place looks amazing, that place looks really good, I like this type of food. It just gives you a little edge above competitors of, okay, well, I think we should go to this place because look at all these cool recommendations. It gives you more credibility as well as a host, that you're thinking about your guests and what they might want when they're here. Next one then is about sharing your journey and just talking about how you got to where you are. How did you get started? How did you start your property? How long have you been going for? What brought you into it? What bits do you like? What bits do you not like? And again, it just peels back the curtain, peels back the layers, and lets people see the person behind the brand, the person behind the accommodation. Because people buy from people, they aren't just wanting to see photos of the property and that's it. If you can put more depth into your brand by showing yourself and showing your history, people respond to that and you'll be memorable, and you'll make an impression, and yeah, you could pick up some extra bookings from there. Special events and seasons. All right, picture this. Imagine you have a place out in the hills that looks amazing in the winter, and the snow comes and it just looks perfect. How cool would that be to do some video content of what you can do there? Likewise, if you live in a forest, maybe you're close to some forests and it's autumn time like now and the leaves are coming down, how cool would that be to do a video of a walk near your property? Or if you're near a city that does a good St. Patrick's Day or a really good Halloween, get out and about, take some video content of the types of things that are happening. This is really good content. Obviously, it comes around every year, and you could pick up. It's a great way, not just for a special offer of how to, a Halloween offer or a winter offer. It's like, look at the value that comes from our property in this season or in this time of year. And then the last one is about special offers. So if you have a deal coming up, you have a particular weekend that you need to sell, jump on a video, do a live, talk about what you have, talk about the extra value that you can add to people if they come and stay, show them the room that they can get a free upgrade to, show them the extra breakfast that you can get, show them the chef making it. And that can be a great piece of content to show people, because if it's on social media, they can share it so easily. Okay, so how to make videos. Now, honestly, I just fell into the same procrastination trap. So these are some of the videos that we have made that are based on some of the topics that I just mentioned there. So I can click through a few of these here. So this is one, how to rent a Belfast bike that's local. Okay, so that's how to do a Belfast bike. This is a family trip to Belfast in 2021. Again, this was autumn. So showing some of the sites again here, St. George's Market, that's near a lot of our properties. Me and my family going in. Why you have to visit Belfast on your next trip, or 10 things you need to visit and when you're in Belfast. Best places to stay in Belfast. Again, this is one of our properties. So a walking video, leads up to our really nice botanic gardens. This one, this is just about Belfast farming. I saw people on social media rather than know about Belfast and they talk. So I did this. This is actually one of our most popular videos. But people like watching this, I don't know. This is the point. You never know what is going to be a good video or not. So just keep creating content and things will fall into place. Okay, so this is one of the best bars in Belfast. Is a video I put on TikTok first, and I went a bit mad on TikTok. I can't upload the video on TikTok to you, so I've uploaded it. It is on YouTube as well, so I'll show you it here. This is the special. Now that's it. That's the whole video, right? It's like only a few seconds long. Um, okay, so here's the stats for it on TikTok, right? So I was talking about how because TikTok's so young, it's got like massive organic reach. So you can see here down on the left-hand photo down at the bottom, it's got over 283,000 views for that short 15-20 second video there. 362 people shared it. That's 362 people sharing it with someone else going, you need to check this out. Like, yes, this is a video about a bar in Belfast, not our property, but you can see our brand in here, the C for Central Belfast Apartments. You can see my name there as well, Central Belfast on TikTok. This is our brand that's being grown here by using and supporting other local businesses that are nearby. You can see on TikTok then when you go in, not many people have gone on here to this app and created an account. So I'll let you see what it looks like. You can see our followers. So we've only been here like a few months and we've already got over 5,000 followers. You can see the gender breakdown. It shows you your top videos. So generally this is over the last 60 days, generally our apartment videos and videos we would produce regularly get over 30,000 views, which is just insane. You don't get anywhere near that on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, anywhere else. So TikTok is massive for this reach. And yeah, there's some more analytics here as well. So it's huge. And I would definitely say if you're not on TikTok, get on it, start messing about on it, see what you can do, see what other people are doing. And you'll be able to definitely make some headway on there for sure for getting your brand out. Okay, so how do we actually make videos then? Now, again, I fell into the procrastination trap of, oh, I'll just wait until a rainy day. I'll wait until I have the perfect equipment. I need to get this fancy camera or the perfect mic or nice lights or anything. But look, if you can take away anything from this presentation, it's this: done beats perfect. Just start making it. The most important thing when you're doing these videos is to get comfortable being uncomfortable, because you are going to feel uncomfortable, but the only way you're going to ever feel comfortable is by just getting a bit more secure, by going through the motions, by doing video after video, and you just start to feel a wee bit more confident. You need to put the practice in. There are no amount of books that you can read that once you close it, you'll just say, right, perfect, let's go, start rolling. You just have to suck it up and learn on the job. You need to be directionally correct, okay? So don't worry about trying to make the perfect video. Just get one that's in the right direction. You're going in the right direction. People can see what you're doing. You can see what you're doing. You're going to learn and get better every time you do it. And in the end, you'll be really, really good. So start off using your phone. Now, it is better if you have a good phone with a good camera, but really any phone with a camera will do. You can use a good webcam as well, you know, like this webcam I'm using costs 15 quid on Amazon. You can get a stand which you can hold your phone on and have a ring light on it if you can. I use this stand and it's got the LED ring light on it. So that, and it goes for all different lighting types. It extends really big. So yeah, there's a lot of different equipment. Again, this I think cost me £15 on Amazon. It's not the best and the most amazing quality, but it does the job. And the key is to just get the videos done, get started, get your experience started, Again, you can use your mic on your phone. You can get a better mic. Again, you can look on Amazon. There are some really cheap mics out there that you can plug into your phone and do an amazing job. In terms of editing, there are loads of free apps on your phone that you can use to edit video. So you shoot it all in one big video or a couple of different videos, and you can use some really cool apps on your phone to piece them together, to add music, to cut bits out, to cut out pauses and awkward stumbles that you make or whatever, and come up with something quite good. So the one I personally use on Android is called InShot, and it's really, really good. It's like there's a free version, has a watermark. You can pay I think £25 for the year, and you can get that watermark removed. And I use that. It's pretty cool. You can hire a professional, and a professional videographers are cool. You know, I use them, as I say, right at the start. If you've got a budget, go for it. If you want some fancier stuff made, some higher quality stuff. But it is about, at the end of the day, consistency. Okay, so think about it like this: 10 average videos that you make on your phone will be seen by far more people than one high quality video made by a professional that'll cost hundreds and hundreds of pounds. So say that again. It's more important to do lots of free videos that you can do on your phone and you can bash them out than to spend loads of time and loads of money planning and editing and paying for one standalone video. It's more important to have more videos that are out there, getting more impressions, and more chances to be seen by your guests and your target market. But at the same time, if you are going to use a hire professional, that's great, but don't let it stop you continuing to do your own videos with your phone and trying to learn as you go along there as well. And you can also use just an editor. So if you like shooting a video and you've got loads of cool shots, but you're just a wee bit, you don't know the ins and outs of editing, you don't have the time, because it can take quite a lot of time, you can just use a video editor. So if you go to a website called upwork.com, there are loads and loads of video editors. You just type in video editor, you'll see millions of them come up from all over the world, and they're as little as £5 an hour in the Philippines or whatever. Really high quality stuff. Or your professional that you use to video your content can also edit it for you. Okay, so now you've made your videos, it's really important that you put them to work. You sweat the assets. Okay, so it's important to think of them as assets when you've made these videos. The digital marketing tools, that's advertising, you've spent a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of stress trying to push yourself to do the damn things, getting them created, and now you need to make them work for you. Put them to work. What you can't do, please do not do, is you just post them once and that's it, and you just leave it and you move on to the next one. You can't just forget about a video once you put it on there. You put all that time and energy into that. You know, it's not the case that you're going to post it and it's just going to go viral. It doesn't work like that. You have to post it, but then continue to sweat it and make it work for you. So what do I mean by that? Well, obviously you can use paid ads, and all the big social media sites offer those. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube links up with Google ads. So again, if you're doing a particular video around, say, really nice autumn leaves, the season of autumn looks really nice near your property because you're in a forest, you can target that on Google to very specific people who like travel, who like the outdoors, who like walks, and Google and YouTube will show your video to those people, and you're more likely to get people linking back to your website and hopefully making direct bookings, at the very least following you. It's really important that you upload everything, any video that you make, upload it to YouTube. It's like a directory, it's like a library of where everything lives, you know, and you can unlist them so no one can see them unless they have a link. You can make them hidden altogether, or you can just leave everything public and let people stumble across your videos and content. Now, SEO does play a big part in YouTube, and you really need to try and optimize your videos when they go on there, and they will be more easily found and help you grow your brand and that reach. Another question is then, if you have a video, should you upload it to YouTube first and then share the YouTube link to, say, Facebook or LinkedIn, or should you upload it directly to Facebook first, as well as uploading to YouTube? And it depends. So if you're trying to monetize your YouTube channel and make some money from it, then you need all the views you can get. So it's maybe worth uploading to YouTube and then sharing that to Facebook. The issue comes with Facebook and YouTube are competitors. They don't like, Facebook doesn't like YouTube videos on its site. It would much rather you upload it directly to Facebook. It's called native, and they will show and share your video much more with the people you want if you upload it directly to Facebook. And it has a pretty good upload service, and it's really easy to do. On Facebook and Twitter, you can pin your videos to the top of your profile. So if you have a Facebook profile for your property, you can pin a post to the very top. And if you have a video, a really nice video showing your property, then that's definitely a great idea to do, because if it showcases your property, everything you have to offer, it's going to be much more engaging, and people are going to watch it much more than if you just have, say, a random post that talks about your reviews or about your rates, or a photo even. A video is going to stick people right to the top and make them want to see more. You can also add them to your website. Now, again, you've spent the money on this. If it's showcasing your property, if it's showcasing anything around your property, put it on your website. You know, have a section for videos where people can just click in, go down a bit of a rabbit hole about everything that is in and around your property that they might want to see. And again, it's a really good way to embed a YouTube video onto your website. It will then, if you have a lot of visitors and a lot of viewers, rack up those views on YouTube. Again, send links into emails and text. So again, if you were doing those check-in videos, you can just upload that to YouTube and you just get a little short link. You can send that in a text to your guests. Hey, check out this cool property that you're going to be staying in. Or, hi, you know, you're arriving tomorrow. Here's a link to see how you check in, just like that. Or if you have an email marketing database of people that you send newsletters to, you can very easily drop a YouTube video in there to say, check out the renovation we've just done on this room or this property. Look at what it looks like now. And something enticing like that, people are definitely going to watch that. You can share things on social media when people ask questions. So this is one thing I personally really like doing. I showed you the video on top 10 things to do in Belfast. I'm in loads of Ireland and Belfast and Northern Ireland Facebook pages. We get a lot of, say, Americans coming on those pages and saying, hi, I'm coming to Belfast. What sort of things can we do? Well, that's a perfect opportunity for me to just copy and paste that link in, and they get recommendations from a local. It's going to lead them, it's going to bring up our brand in their eyes, in their head, and it's going to be some brand recognition there. And who knows, we might get a booking from it. So it's a really good way of providing content that people want, but you've already got that in the bank, you know. And this is why I'm saying you need to keep reusing these things, and it's just a great way to do it, especially on social media, because when you answer that question on social media by sharing a video, everyone else who has answered that question will see your video as well, and will be keen and curious to see what's in it. TikToks and Reels. So again, I said that they were very similar. If you do a TikTok, you can share it to Reels, and if you make a Reel, you can share it on TikTok, and then you can share them all on Facebook as well. So it's really important that you don't just leave them there, because again, they're going to have different followers, different audiences on both of those platforms. And once you've made the more sort of bigger videos, the sort of more high quality ones, for example, again, if it's showcasing your property, you don't just want to share that once and forget about it. You know, set up a rescheduling tool that shares it every couple of months or every quarter, at the very least every 6 months, because your page is going to be growing. People might not have seen the post in the first place. They might have forgot about it. They might have been thinking about it in the last month, thinking, where was that place? I would love to book that. So you need to keep sharing it so that you maximize the amount of views that it gets. Now, if you're doing a video where you're talking about, like I was there, best things to do in Belfast, or the best things to do near your property, your favorite bars and restaurants that are nearby, you can transcribe all that you've said and make a blog out of it. You know, you can repurpose the content and make it into a blog. You can strip out the audio of that video and make it into a podcast and share that on other platforms as well. So you're really getting a chance from one piece of content, one video, to make multiple pieces of content there. So it's really about maximizing it and making it the most efficient it can be. And lastly, if you have a big long video that showcases your 10 favorite bars or your 10 favorite things to do, you can chop that up, you can have that edited, and you can just have now 10 small videos. You can post those videos once a day, and that's 10 days worth of content. Not only that, if you tag those places on social media in your videos, then they're much more likely to share it with their followers than if you were to share the one big video that has all 10 places in it, because a business is not going to want to share that if it's promoting its competitors. So by cutting it down into little shorter videos, you have much more content that you're able to share. Okay, so now we're near the end. It's maybe overwhelmed you, but I would love you to just commit to making just one video. Just one video. Make a video on your phone. Go back to the list. Think of one of these things that you think would work. Everyone's got one of them. And just commit to making one of these videos, because you'll see it's not as scary as you think. You'll get a bit nervous pushing the post button, but I guarantee you'll get a good reaction from it. Okay, so next steps then. So we're at the end of the presentation. I just want to give you some follow-up steps of things you can think about and go and read or look at. So a couple of books here at the top. Marcus Sheridan, They Ask You Answer. If you're thinking about what can you make content about, have a look at this book. It's not just about video content, but there's a big section in there on video. But it's about content marketing and giving people video and content on what they actually want. You're not deciding yourself, this is what people want to know about. You're actually looking at what people are asking on a regular basis and making content on that. It's just so much more valuable. Gary Vee, Crushing It. Again, this book is not just about video, but there's big sections in here that are about YouTube. And again, he's the king of social media. If you're talking about video, you have to have a look at this book. I mentioned Upwork. It's really good for getting video edited and production. You can get intros and outros put onto your videos. You can get help with all sorts of things on there. I've recently just discovered this website about 6 months ago, and I think it's amazing for freelancers to do all sorts of work. And then YouTube for tutorials, obviously. You know, if you want to know exactly how to do a reel, exactly how to do a TikTok, YouTube is your place to be. And this is further amplifies what I'm saying and what this presentation is about. YouTube is massive and it's only going to get bigger. So if you have any questions about how to do anything else with the nuts and bolts of video, YouTube is the place to go. And that's it for my presentation. All I would like to say is if you could please go on YouTube and subscribe to my channel. If you search Central Belfast Apartments, you'll see. And again, it's not just about videos about Belfast. You'll see I have a playlist there for Airbnb hosts, serviced accommodation. There's all sorts of content on there about help and tips about how to run things for your property. So I hope you find this useful. And yeah, if you have any questions, I hope I've answered them. And thank you very much.